Oh no. Ugh. It lost connection to everything except for LinkedIn. Oh shoot. Hmm. Okay. So I'm having some technical difficulties. I use StreamYard, and it literally lost connection to all of my different platforms except for LinkedIn and YouTube. So my 4 Facebook pages that I normally stream live on lost connection. Anyway, welcome. Welcome to Insider Trading. I'm your host, Noble. Today we're gonna do a little quick live market FOMC minutes starts at 2 p.m. Market's been really tight all day. I want to show you that and not just tell you about it. I want to show you. What's up, Christopher Johns? What's up, bro? Let me pull this up real quick. So you're looking right now at the live market. You said I was searching, like, where you at? Yeah, man. Technology, bro. And most of my, followers, subscribers follow me on Facebook. So this kind of sucks. But and I was having some issues with it earlier, not connecting. Technology, man. What do you do? What do you do? So anyway, I'm here. So FOMC minutes, which usually moves the market, starts in 2 minutes. Market's been tight all day. I'm gonna jump to a 30-minute chart just for a second. All right, so we had this big drop at the end of the day yesterday. All right, it was cruising all day yesterday. Last hour, floop, all the way back to the low. All right, perfectly retested this low. All right, so today, before the open, all right, push down under this pivot. This purple dotted line is called a pivot. It's just areas of support and resistance. So as you can see, the first 30-minute bar today, we have not gone any higher than that high. We tested it, have not gone any lower than this low. Been stuck ranging all day. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. Actually, no, I'm gonna zoom out. And let's just see what happens. With about actually I can't see how many seconds are left before we get to 2 o'clock, but it's 1:59 and something. So we'll see. Usually this report, when FOMC Federal Chair Powell, any of these people start talking, the market starts moving. There we go, 2 o'clock. So as you can see, instantly we got to push up. See that pop? Matter of fact, let me zoom in a bit. I'll go here. Try and make this a little more. So there we go. So you know this line down here. What is that? It's pretty much our range for the day. All right, so we kept testing this pivot, could not break it. We even tested the high, went perfectly to the high, got rejected. Nice hammer right there. Push back down. So I would assume we're probably gonna run right back down and test this bottom area, which, I mean, we got another pivot here, so that's an area of support. But FOMC, man, can get wild. We can shoot up, we can come down. Like, it's and this one is pretty mild. I mean, we pushed up for a second. Looks like we on our way, pushing back down. If I change this to a 1-minute chart, right now you can see it a little bit better. So at 2 o'clock, perfectly at 2, we pushed up, we pulled back. It looks like now we're trying to push back up. So we just broke the high of that candle. So which direction, which way are we going? Charting and technical analysis is all about being primarily, most people are trend traders. They're trying to go with the trend. All right. It's easier to make money if everything is going up and you're long, or you're buying calls if we're talking about options. All right. Versus trying to be a counter trend trader, and guess where the tops and bottoms are. And there's a way to do that. But clearly, I think it's way, way simpler and makes more logical sense to go with the trend, with volume. And then maybe after you've made profit, we can maybe then start thinking about a counter trend sort of trade, or as that uptrend or downtrend ends, maybe catching a little bounce going the other way. But when reports and things like this happen, All right. You got to have some patience and realize that we could go either way. So look at that 5 minute candle. We are pretty much back to a doji. And doji is what? It's a sign of confusion. We started here, we pushed up, we pushed down. We're at the exact same place. We haven't gone anywhere. All right. So far in this 5 minute candle, we've pushed up. Actually, we pushed up first, then we pushed down. We pushed back up. So we can go either way. Now we're in a bearish market. Week chart bearish. Month chart turning bearish. Day charts bearish, right? So that's the overall right, higher level view. But this intraday game, you can go either direction. Now, do I care about as a day trader? Do I care about the long-term direction being bullish? I mean, being bearish? Yes, I do. I do. But can we have incredibly strong days that go straight up? Yes, because this is such a small microcosm of the bigger picture. And to make money as a day trader, you don't care about days from now. You care about the next 15, 20 minutes. That's all you really need to make money. All right. But you have to be incredibly sharp. You have to have a plan. You have to know exactly what you're looking for. There's an amazing book I'm reading right now that I'm probably in 2023 going to launch my first class to help people with the psychology of trading. This technical part, I mean, honestly, I could teach this if I had enough time to middle school kids, high school kids. This is fun. It's some math behind it. There's some rational reason, bulls, bears, these different lines, indicators. There's a ton. I've spent literally 20,000 hours of my life on the technical side. You can have all the technicals in the world, but if your psychology is messed up, it's a done deal. Doesn't matter what you know. You're going to sabotage trades. All right. So a new book that I just found by a guy who's actually a psychiatrist, but he's also a trader. All right. And the book is really, really, really good. It's really good. Really good. I'm losing the name of the book in my head right now. I would tell y'all. It's what's it? It's Dr. Gary Dayton. I think it's Trade Mindfully. Amazing book. Oh, it's amazing. Breaks down the psychology of why trading specifically is really tough. And you know why it's tough? Psychologically, not because you're dealing with money, not because this is by nature hard. No, it's because you are not your brain. And your brain is designed to protect you. And so as a trader, if you perceive the market, if you have a deep, deep, deep internal fear and you perceive the market or trading, every time you hit the button to get in, you perceive it as fear. In a deeper place, you perceive it as fear. Guess what? Your brain the entire time, every time you get in a trade, you know what your brain is going to say? It's going to work against you. Your brain is going to say, hey, if we go ahead and jump out this trade and go ahead and exit, bro, we can get out of this, right? We can relieve the stress. We can get out of this stressful environment. We don't have to fight or flight. We can flight. We can go to flight. We can get out of it, right? So when you're exiting trades too fast, when you're missing trades because of the fear, when you're in a trade that has went against you and you're so afraid of losing that you stay in the trade hoping it turns around so you can break even and you only end up losing. Like almost every single negative trait, psychological bad way of thinking that damages traders and makes us lose money is because you are not your brain. Your brain is working against you, trying to protect you. And in most situations in life, it actually works. Walking down a dark alley, I've seen this before in a movie. You know, nothing about this feels safe. My brain as a calculator is computing, pulling in all the different information. It's too dark. I can't see. I can't hear, blah, blah. Your brain is like, yo, we got to get out of this dark alley. Last 3 trades lost. Think about this for a second. If your last 3 trades lost, isn't it harder? Why is it harder to take the next trade? Because if the last 3 people in a relationship cheated on you, you're probably going to have some issues with trust. And the 4th person is really why? There's something called recency effect. If our brains weight the last few things that happen more importantly. So if you lost your last few trades, you're going to treat the next trade. You're going to be super scared to take the next trade. And it's your brain actually doing what your brain was designed to do, to protect you. So if you don't know what's happening psychologically as a trader, and you don't have any practices and techniques to help you get outside of your brain, really focus, right? Understand what's happening, process it, but also reject it, to be able to find that comfort, that true confidence, and be able to combat and turn your brain off, because your brain is going to do what it's going to do. You can't control your brain. Oh, this book is so amazing. So I got, a couple books I'm kind of looking at right now, because this year I told myself, you know what? I know I'm one of the best out with teaching the technical side. I don't honestly think there's somebody who can teach the technicals better than me. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Um, but to have courses on the technicals and not have something just as in depth, as systematic, as proven to help you with the psychology. Am I really doing my job to help people become the best traders? Knowing I can teach you all the technicals on the planet, and you still can mess up every single trade if your brain is working against you. And by design, it's going to work against you if you perceive the market as a threat, and if you go into it with fear, and we all do. Nobody wants to lose money. All right, it's right up there. Losing money is right up there with like emotional pain of the trauma and the stuff we go through with relationships. It's right up there. All right, so that's what makes trading tough. And there's all these really bad errors in our thinking that occur. Right, so like the recency effect, for example. Just last few things have happened. I lost my last 3 or 4 trades. Right, and not realizing the next trade has nothing to do with the last. This trade, your very next trade, stands on its own. I don't care, even if it has the same exact technicals. It's 100% independent of the last 3. But if you don't know that, if you can't fight through that, if you can't mentally, psychologically say that was the last trade, my system works, I'm simply following a process. I'm going to do the exact same thing that my system dictates, based on some back testing, and based on hours and hours and hours of this recipe being a correct recipe and giving you the best probability of making money. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. So, a little insight where just the kind of where I want to go really next year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like right now researching and finding really good resource material, because I am not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but I damn sure love reading and learning. And my mom was a therapist, so maybe in some way I should have went into that, because I really do love the psychology behind all of this. So check this out. As you can see, this was 2 o'clock right here. I'm gonna put a line in the sand. So this was 2 o'clock. And since then, where have we gone? We pushed up, we pushed back down, we slowly pushed right back up here. We just really haven't gone anywhere. So market's kind of trying to, decide, where are we going? Got a pivot right here. We're close to it. So could we push back up to there? Yeah. Could we push back up to this high? Yeah. Can do that too. Oh, let me do a little bit of analysis. Not even like in-depth stuff at all, but basic old trend line. One of the first things you learn. All right. So we tested this downward trend line inside of a range. This candle closed above it. Usually what that means is this candle got enough volume. We're finally breaking this trend line. Can we push higher than it? We just pushed higher. So 101 stuff, we should go higher because we broke the trend line. We had a candle to close above. If you were bearish and shorting earlier, you see this right now. If you were bearish and already shorting, guess what? Now you probably want to start getting out. Why? Because any profit you made is just going to slowly go away. All right. Now we're going back to break even if you're on the bearish side of this, right? And that's why bears get out. So if you're a bear hitting the buy button to get out, guess what? Bulls who are hitting the buy button to get in, right? Everybody's hitting the buy button. 2 different reasons. People entering trades, people exiting trades. But that buying, that compound buying from both sides is what pushes us, right? It's what creates these breakouts. Kind of got to read it from both sides, right? So right there at that trend, pivot again, though. And so broke over the trend line, pushed through it, but we went right back to the exact same area where we had some trouble getting through this dotted line all day. We've been struggling to get through it all day. And we just hit it perfectly. So, in a choppy, tight market like today, this is actually one of those days that I would say only really, really great technical traders can manage through this. And you actually could have been short or long on a day like this. You could have made money on both sides, but you had to be really tight. This was not a trending day that you could just get in and relax and just kind of, expect the trend to just keep going your way. No, volume was really low. And you should have known this as a day trader, because you should have already known. You should every Friday, Sunday, at least by Sunday, hop on one of the sites like Baby Pips. There's a ton of them that gives you all of the economic reports that are coming out for the week, and just know what reports are coming out. As soon as on Sunday when I did this, I saw, Wednesday, FOMC 2 o'clock. I already knew nobody, like, today was going to be a tight day until 2 o'clock, because that's what always happens when we have FOMC minutes. It's always the same thing. Repeatable patterns. All right, same thing. High level of probability of what's going to occur, because I know what's coming, which was this report at 2 o'clock. All right, so we always have a tight day. There's really nothing you could do but short the highs and buy the bottoms. Got to be a counter trend trader, which is not easy to do. Requires a high level of technical skill. It's way easier to just go with the trend when you see it, but you don't see a trend here. All right, you see, we kind of went down, kind of hit these double bottoms. We pushed back up, hit that same high, same, kind of double top. Could have maybe shorted right there under that candle. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me show you that. What do I mean? So this candle right here, when we push back up to this high, tested the high. Strong rejection, bearish candle. All right. So this candle right here was telling us something important. Let's pretend you shorted this. All right. And you were just like, well, maybe we can get back down to here. All right. Which was this same little area of support. Did we get there? Yeah. Look at that. We got there. And as soon as we got there, rejected again. Right. And so if you got in here and that was your entry, guess what? When we push back up now, anybody who saw this candle who was short anytime during this last couple hours, right now, you're losing money. So you probably have exited or want to exit or are about to just lose your money because you don't know what you're doing. All right. Let me see. Let me read some comments. Andre Swanson said, "What's happening, bro? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? How you doing, man?" Chris said, "This is me right now. That happened to me yesterday because I got caught in a pullback Friday. Yep, it happens. Jumped out quickly when I probably could have easily made over my loss. Jumped out the trade yesterday quick and could have easily made way over Friday's loss. Yeah, got you. Yeah, man, it takes time. Unfortunately, this industry, people like me who hop on podcasts and do our thing, I don't think people are really honest about how difficult this is and how much time it really requires to be like proficient at just to be solid. I mean, I've seen people, they made money for 1 year, 2 years, and they selling classes. I get it. I mean, make your money. I ain't hating. But looking back, this is year 13 for me. Like year 2, looking back, I didn't even know anything. And I was making money like from day 1. But there's so much more that you learn that comes with time. Man, there's so much more. This takes thousands of hours. And you need at least a couple hundred hours to just be proficient, just to know all the basic stuff you need to know. Like if I really had to build that list of what I would say a proficient trader needs, that's easily a couple hundred of hours. Time in the seat, studying chart patterns, all of it, understanding some of the psychology. The psychology takes you, it. Right. So even once you have the core basic technicals and a decent system, maybe that you've learned from somebody like me or you developed yourself. Okay, cool. But why 99% of traders struggle is the psychology. Psychology. So, and once again, for those who just hopped on, the tough part about the psychology is you're literally working against your brain. Your brain is working against you as a trader in a way that almost in nothing else. I don't know. In most situations, our brain is helping us by identifying patterns and pulling everything it can as almost like a computer, a sensor, with all these different metrics and gauges. It's trying to help protect us. That's what your brain is designed to do. So if you think about trading and perceive it, because there's some underlying fear, your brain is going to do everything possible to get you out of these trades. It is. It's going to sabotage you all the time. All the time. I've been through it, man. It took me years to get through some of this stuff. But that's the journey. That's the journey. And I wish people were more honest about, that, because that's what it is. You know what I mean? At the core, that's really what it is. It's and it's dope though in the same hand, because it lends to every other area of life when like you really get into the deeper psychology of what's happening and you learn, techniques like simply breathing and how to kind of meditate, connect with, right, and really, really stay laser focused and to literally ignore your own brain telling you this is not the trade. You should go ahead and get out. Oh, you should go ahead and, it's like, your brain is going to tell you all this stuff to do because it's just trying to get you out of this threat. And a lot of times, all of that stuff is literally what's going to make it hard for you to make money consistent. You got to literally trade against your brain. It's you versus you. This is challenging, man. This ain't easy. This is not easy. Anybody preaching and telling you how easy this is? Yeah, okay. That's why 90% of day traders don't make no money, because it's easy. They're trying to sell you something. I ain't trying to sell you nothing. So we're sitting right here at this, we're sitting right there. What do we have to get to? Where do we have to go? If I was trading live right now, what am I thinking? Here's what you should be thinking. We can't go any higher unless we get through this pivot. If we get through the pivot, where are we going? We're going to this high for the day. All right, if we get through that, where are we going? Then we're going to this next pivot up at 3650. Right. So first of all, right, as a trader, you should know, like, where are we going? It's one of the most basic fundamental questions every single time. And this could be stock, futures, foreign exchange, crypto. It doesn't matter what it is. If you don't have an already pre-identified, we have to get here before we can go, right? Those are your targets. And I don't care what you think or hope. Until we get through this pivot, close above this pivot, we can't get to that line. Until we get above that line and then get more buyers in the market, we can't get to that higher pivot. It's just basic math, right? That's not hard to see. But to be disciplined, where do you place your stop? Where's the entry, right? How do I play it? That's when all these other technical and psychological mental skills come into play to be able to do this and rinse and repeat every day. Or even if you're a swing trader, to do it often and be good at it, right? And to take losses like a winner. How do you lose like a winner? How do you lose like a winner? I got something coming. I think I might name it that. It's gonna be lose like a winner. And I want to outline and really give you some really dope insights as to, how the psychology works, but then how do you lose like a winner versus losing like a loser? Because everybody loses. I don't care who you are. People always talking about win rates and drawdowns and throwing out all these pretty percentages and numbers and stuff that honestly anything can be manipulated and faked, which is why I don't post a lot of that stuff, because it's just like anybody can make it. Anybody can make it. You can get on a paper account right now on a lot of these platforms and make it say whatever you want it to say or show to make people believe you're whatever. None of that stuff matters. None of that stuff matters on some level. It really doesn't. But up close and personal, your results. You know how you're trading. You know if you're consistent. And it takes a lot of self-analysis, and I think being a trader makes you more honest. I really do. I think it should. Let me take that back. I think it should, because you got Bernie Madoff level scams. So clearly, being a trader didn't make him more honest. But I think if you approach this the right way and you have some, integrity and ethics, yeah, it really does, because you can't lie to yourself. You could be a decent principal. You could be a bad principal. We all knew some whack principal. High school, middle school, like we all have had bad teachers, principals. We've seen bad bank. You've seen bad people, mediocre people in all sorts of professions who kept their job and literally had a whole career of being mediocre. You can't be a mediocre trader for 30 years unless you just have an endless supply of money from your spouse or other business ventures. You can't be a bad trader and survive. Your account goes to zero at some point. You're done. Right? So it's a very unique profession, because y'all know some bad teachers and bad principals and bank managers and everything we can name. You don't have to be amazing at most jobs to actually keep your job. Your boss can just like you. This is different. It's totally different. Let's see. My guy Christopher Johns. Well, I say everybody's whole name. Chris said, today I took the loss way better than before, but maybe around 6 p.m. I was like, damn. I took a walk and said I'll try next week. What I like about that is you took a walk. You got out of your mental space and got into physical. My mom used to always tell me as a therapist. She always used to tell me this. She said it's impossible for you to like jog, move your body, run every day, like jog every day. Maybe not every day, but right, continually, and be depressed. Right. And so I don't even know if that's perfectly true, but what she was trying to get me to learn at a very early age was when things up here get very clouded and negative and just go to your physical, run, breathe, work out, laugh. Like laughter, literally, I saw a documentary on something related to laughter, and they were just talking about all the benefits to laughing. Right, all the benefits to laughing, how all the different ways it literally helps you to like live and thrive. Like laughter is important, right? But working out, walking, getting in a physical space to like, because your body takes in all that stress. Like the body remembers the losses. And remember what I said about the brain. The brain literally takes a loss and is like officially, right, puts it in a file and is like, this trading thing is scary. We took a loss. We don't like it. And the next time your eyes see that trade, your heart starts beating, the fear is there. Your brain, you know what your brain is going to do? It's going to look in the file and be like, oh, yep, I remember that last loss. Nah, we got to get out of this trade. You're in the right trade for the right reason. You just need some time. You just need some patience. Your brain is screaming, get out. You're in profit. Your brain is screaming, take the profit. You up 25%. Take it. It's not at your target. Nowhere near where you know it's going to go. You're comfortable. You could just relax. You hit the button and get out. You make 25%. When if you just relaxed and let it get to your target, you would have made 100%. And then the next trade, you lose 50% on, which would have been covered by making 100%, but because you only took 25 and then you took a loss at 50, now the little 25% profit you made has also turned into a loss too. Why? All because of fear and because you don't understand that your brain is working against you. It's working against you. Chris said, paper trading has helped me keep my capital because I'd be done by now. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's real, bro. That's real. That's real. Trust me. I, as being who I am, I get to see, like, people have consults with me. I haven't done any recently, but last year or two, man, 200 plus easy. People tell me the real. There's a lot of people struggling. Even when the market was going straight up, there was a lot of people struggling. Bad stocks, not an understanding of the psychology, no technical skills. All right. Matter of fact, speaking of technical skills, let's look at this trade. Well, let's look at where we at right now. So to recap, quick recap. And then I'm probably I'm not gonna stay on long. I just wanted to see kind of how the market was gonna react. So plus I'm gonna have to upload this video to Facebook since I can't figure out how to get it, stream live like I normally do. But while you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're on LinkedIn, go to my Facebook, go to my YouTube and subscribe, so you'll always get the videos and make sure you know how to watch these. My channel's Just Being Noble. So today the market was really rangy. Why? Because we had a report coming out at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is right here. FOMC. These dotted lines are a pivot. This is a support pivot. This is like the main pivot, area of resistance. And as you can see, all morning, we tried to go against it. We tried to get through, try. Strong push up here. Probably the biggest attempt to get higher. We just touched the high. This candle right here. It's not perfectly a hammer, but it is the high of the day. It's a hammer at the high of the day. That's trading 101. A hammer at the high of the day where we have resistance. That's just basic price action 101 stuff. All right. And if you would have traded under this candle and said, okay, cool, right? We couldn't go higher. Clearly, we don't have enough volume. Where are we going if I short this? At least right back to this last swing low. And did we get there? Yep. That's exactly where we went. Right here. Exactly where we went. All right. So had a downtrend here. After this candle, right? People started shorting the market. Bulls started getting out. Little push up here. Couldn't go any higher. All right. Could have drawn a trend line from, 1 o'clock. You had those two peaks, went back down. All right. And then here at a 205, we crossed above this trend line. Right. And now we're finally starting to get a little bit of a push. All right. So we got here. Check that out. We got here. And this is just kind of like reading the story, right? That's all you're doing as a trader. It's interpreting this data, this live information being fed into a computer, and trying to understand what people on both sides of the trade are thinking. What are bulls thinking? What are bears thinking? That's really all it is. And it's like a soap opera every day. Bulls versus bears, man. If you're intellectual like me, that's why you love it. Because every day is brand new. Right? Every day is brand new. It's such a dope challenge. Like you get challenged every day. Right? No 2 days are really the same. I mean, some days are. If we got an uptrend all day, cool. All you do is catch pullbacks and get in when it pulls back. But we only trend like 1 day out the week strong. We haven't had a strong trending day this week. This is day 3. All right. So this candle here. This was the one that preceded and was able to continue after we broke the trend line. So we crossed above, we followed through, but we stopped perfectly at resistance, which was this pivot. And 1, 2, 3 for these 15 minutes, all we did was range inside of this candle. All right, so this candle here, we just ranged inside it. So we were really not getting more bullish, right? We're not getting a lot of bulls to get in and kind of help this market go up. We're getting a little bit. Okay, now we're starting to go higher. Okay, cool. Where are we going? Back to the high. All right, so yeah. Welcome to trading. I just wanted to hop on, kind of cover this for you guys for a second, have some good conversation. Chris, I'll see you in class tomorrow. For anybody else watching, thanks for joining me. As always, this is Noble, bringing you live market content, news, insight. I've done this for 20,000 hours. This to me is like, it's like the back of my hand. This is comfortable. It's what I love. So thanks for watching, man. Support the channel, share. Please let somebody else tell somebody to check me out. I just want to help more people, because these skills are key. And the psychology, probably even more critical. And it takes some serious time and intentionality, and a very deliberate mind to really make this something that you can use for your family, to create income, to create wealth. It's not something you're just gonna hop into and be amazing at in 6 months. You're not gonna master this in 2 years. You're not gonna master this even in 5. You're not. So kind of bouncing off this area right now. We're just stuck in that candle. We're trying to go higher, but that pivot, we're not getting enough buyers. So if we go back under that blue box, guess what? On our way back down. Just don't have enough buyers. So anyway, thanks for watching. Talk with you guys soon. As I always say, share this video with somebody that you know and that you love, who needs to seriously start thinking more about trading and investing, to legitimately stop just being a consumer and put some of your money into this market, because this is where the world's greatest companies grow and function. It's where all the wealth is. Just want you to get your piece. Become limitless. Thanks for watching. Peace.